Hello there, if you're new here, new to me, new to the scene, my name is Dramikins, and welcome to Kaonashi, a Studio Ghibli-themed island, and this is your Week 2 update. And I'm super excited for today's update because we got the whole area for Spirited Away totally done. Like, it's done. It's over with. We're moving on to the next movie next week, and I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and jump into the map so you can kind of get a tour for it, or an idea of it for yourself. And this is kind of what it looks like. So this is going to be the full area for Spirited Away. Over here, we'll end up having Howl's Moving Castle, Kiki's Delivery Service, and My Neighbor Totoro, and probably a few other movies sprinkled in here and there. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and give you a tour of Spirited Away. Also, if you want to come watch the builds of these live on my Twitch channel, you can go to twitch.tv/Dramikins. Come build with us there. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy your weekend update. And here we go. Here is the entranceway. So as you can see, there's definitely a lot of purple and blue flowers everywhere. I just really like the vibe of the hyacinth flowers. I also used the pink and blue hydrangea bushes as well. So if you can notice, I actually time traveled to July so that way they can be in bloom, so you kind of get a full fantasy of how this area is supposed to look. And this leads on into the marketway. So the market itself is very iconic to the movie. When Chihiro and her parents first stumble upon an abandoned amusement park, they wander into some market stalls, and her parents basically eat like pigs and get turned into pigs. But yeah, I kind of wanted to recreate this a little bit like that. So I have different food stalls here that you can sit down and eat at. I did attempt my best to make a ramen bowl. I've never tried making ramen with pixel art before, so that was definitely challenging. But yeah, I really like how this came out. It's super cute. It's super fun. If you didn't see last week's update, basically the concept is that we have these houses with the 4 stalls in front of it that kind of correspond with the roof color as best as I possibly could. But I really like how this came out. I think it's super sweet. It's super fun, and it's also a cute little place to come and take photos with in the middle of the market area. All right, let's go ahead and head up this way. So we'll start down here because it's kind of just a little private nook for itself, but it's a nice little sitting area where you kind of sit down and relax, be surrounded by flowers. And it's just kind of a nice little sitting spot that I wanted to create. I think in the movie it was technically like a cafe, so I guess if we get Brewster's, I'll put it here. No, I don't have no idea, but that's kind of the concept of what I wanted to do there. Down this way is the actual pig farm itself. So if you want to, say hi to your parents. Hi, Mom and Dad. This is where you can do that. Right here is the actual flower garden itself. So the flower garden's pretty iconic to the movie, but I really just didn't have the variety of bushes be able to be bloom at the same time. I could have filled this up with lots of different colored flowers, but I just wanted to keep the theme of the blue and purple. I thought it looked really nice, and I kind of just made it my own. Plus, this is such a nice little view to take a look at. But yeah, I really like how this all turned out. And we'll go ahead and cross the bridge itself. So I decided to go with a fake bridge instead of a real bridge just because instead of having a structure outside, I ended up having a actual physical house. And the house is an odd number of tiles and the bridges are even, so it just doesn't look right. But I'm actually glad that we did the fake bridge because we could end up, having it long like this and really bringing it out onto the water. So that way the bathhouse really does feel like it is out on the waterway itself. I also finally got the gravel itself updated to actually kind of make it look like gravel now, and I really like it. We'll go ahead and do a tour of the bathhouse probably last, but we'll go ahead and finish the outside portion before we go ahead and scoot on inside. So I have one last place to show you, and it's going to be back here. So this is actually the railroad itself. So I feel like the train tracks are pretty iconic to the movie itself, where, you can kind of like look out on the water and it just feels very endless. And we also have a nice little spot where you can sit down and take a photo. I thought this was really cute. We kind of built this last minute, but I really, really like how it came out, and it's really adorable. And I'm really glad we did it. It's really, really cute. All right, let's go ahead and walk back up and go inside the bathhouse. And here we are. So I really did try to reference the movie a lot when I was creating this build. So like this room particularly was kind of a pretty plain and empty room. I really try to resemble the main hallway entrance because you really get a good vibe of it when the stink spirit / river spirit is visiting the bathhouse. And that's kind of the only really big time you get to really see this room. So I really try to replicate it the best that I could. I like how it came out. But I guess I'll give you a movie tour. So let's go ahead and start in Kamaji's boiler room. And here we go. So I really wanted to get the vibe of all the different, like, machines working with all the steam flowing. I want to make sure I had the open fire for where the soot sprites will throw their coal in. Right now, they're actually taking a break, having some little star fragment candies to eat. Also, I know that I'm dressed up as Sen, but I do have the little shoes here, so when you come to visit, you do at least get to see Sen's shoes. I thought that was a fun little detail. I also hung up some of the floral swags themselves, just so it kind of felt like the herbs were kind of popping out of the actual cabinets. But yeah, that is actually a custom design that I've made. I'm probably going to edit it a little bit because it looks a little different inside than it did outside, but for the most part, I really do like it. I think it came out super cute, and I like having the different shelves on the walls. And this little tea table was in the movie. There was kind of like an open way here where Lin comes in to like talk to Kamaji and like talk to Sen, but I can't really like make that very well. So I decided just to at least put in the tea table so it kind of still felt like that part of the room. But yeah, I really like all the little details, like the kettle pot. I had to put that there. His little blue cushion. And I really like how this room came out. It's probably one of my favorites. I feel like the next room you really get to visit in the movie itself is probably Yubaba's office. So let's go ahead up there and go to Yubaba's office. So I really tried to recreate this the best that I could. So but Sin first comes into Yubaba's office, she like face plants right here in the middle of the carpet and talks to Yubaba, who sits at her big old desk. So I tried surrounding her with, of course, golden gems because she just loves her gold. And then I had to have some documents here, kind of like all of her contracts. I got her the little skull stereo, which kind of reminded me of the skull in the movie that she uses to call people downstairs into the bathhouse. And then, of course, her little crystal ball, because she needs to do her magic somehow. And there was kind of a limited amount of options for, like, chairs themselves, so I couldn't really, like, have a fancy red armchair, but at least the leather couches work. And I really do like how this room came out. I really think that it fits the vibe of Yubaba really, really well. The next room we'll go on into is probably the sleeping quarters. I feel like that's kind of the next part of the movie is Lin takes Sin to basically bed and they sleep. I swear the lights are off in this room. It's just a really, really bright room with this wallpaper. But yeah, so we have all the different sleeping bags here. I try to make sure that they're all kind of different fun and colorful patterns. We have the different kimono stands and some clothing hanging up. I think the only thing I might change about this is I might put some of the like robes up on the wall itself too. Then that way it can really feel like this room is just a place where everyone kind of just hangs up their clothes for the evening and then just relaxes. And this big back room here is going to be the actual main bath hall itself. Of course, we had to have a bathroom. I feel like that was a must. So this is the main bath hall itself. So we have the 4 different bathtubs. We have the dividers between them. I still wanted to create the foreman desk because I thought that was still a cute idea with all the bath tokens in it. I tried my best to work on this, but I feel like I'm still going to edit it at the end of the day. But it did come out pretty darn cute. And then, of course, the bicycle. I had to put a bicycle in here. It's too funny not to. And I feel like it's one of those things that, like, if you've seen the movies, you're gonna be like, that's good. I like that. And that's what I wanted. And then this last room is going to be the dining hall itself. So near the end of the movie, No Face really, really stuffs his face. And so I kind of wanted to recreate that room the best that I could. So I have all different food on the floor with some seaweed to kind of resemble all of the trash and stuff everywhere. I have lots of different food tables. And then, of course, we have to have some gold out as well because, you know, he's got to tip everybody with somehow. But I like how that came out. It was really fun to do. And that's pretty much everything. So that is the full tour of the island itself, of the bathhouse, of all the things that we've done, all the updates that we've made. And I'm really excited for this whole build. So like I said, we are going to be doing some more movies, so I'll get started on those this week. And next week, you'll get a kind of an update on what's to come next. So I'll keep that a surprise for now, but you'll have to come to the Twitch channel if you want to investigate yourself. But you know we got to do it. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it so much. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Animal Crossing content. Come to the Twitch channel. Come build with us there. I have some more products coming to the YouTube channel as well, so, stay tuned. Otherwise, have a fantastic, beautiful, and wonderful day, and I'll see y'all very, very soon. Take care. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. Subscribe.